How many ads have you launched this week? Here's another question. What's the hypothesis on the most recent ad and most recent concepts that you've been putting out? If you cannot answer any of these questions, then this video is for you. You need a place where everything in the creative lives. A place where you have all your briefs, your angles, your hypotheses, your data learnings. Lucky for you, I'm going to give you the exact system that you need that other 8 and 9 figure brands are using internally, and what we use also at Res, because we make hundreds of ads every month without losing track of anything. This is called the Creative Strategy OS, and I'm actually giving it away for free. Link is in the description if you'd like, download it. And yes, again, it's free. It has all the briefs, automations, and field that you need to execute a proper creative strategy. My friend actually thought that I was crazy for sharing this, but let's jump in and I'll show you how it works. All right, so once you have the access to this, make sure that you duplicate it. It's gonna be at the top here. So the first column here is month. This is when your creative is being produced. You have the index number here. Look at this as your plate number for your creative. Then you have the formats. So under the formats, you have new UGC, statics, GIFs, re-edits, mashup, and high production, and then also iterations. When you're creating a creative, make sure that you click the drop down here, figure out which kind of creative that you want to do. So a legacy creative is using your clips that you already have in your team, in your database. So think of that as your GIFs, your re-edit, mashup. If you have to shoot a high production video, but if you already have the clips for it, then it would be considered as a legacy brief. Same thing with iteration, because you're using an old footage. The only time that you would click net new is when you would create a new UGC video. And if I click this, you can see the template is already built in here. A freestyle is a loose briefing, so it would be this one. It would be considered as a net new UGC, but the approach for it is less strict than a regular UGC. So we're not really directing what they're gonna say. This is really good for authority-based videos where you have an expert talking about your product or the solution, and so you're using their expertise and then their years and years of experience as a creator. So each status here is assigned to a specific person. So everything that's yellow is assigned to the creative strategist. Team review / quality control assigned to your creative lead. Head of marketing, if it's ready to edit, obviously it's assigned to either a static designer and a video editor. Then you have the in production here, which is for the talent manager, which is the pink. Ready to upload, this is under the media buyer that you have. The goal of this here is for every person to push progress to the step above it. So what that means is that if I'm writing something as a creative strategist, my goal is either to push everything to ready for shoot or ready to edit. And if I'm an editor, my only goal is to turn every purple that's assigned to me to yellow. How does it calculate the duration? It's gonna calculate like how long did it take for that creative to go from writing all the way to ready to upload. So it'll give you a good measure on how fast you're shipping creatives. Very, very important. We have this hypothesis here for the creative strategist. What are the actual tests? What's the question for the creative? Right now we're looking at all the concepts. The next one is going to be the drafts. So this is useful for only the creative strategist because they can see everything that's under draft for them. And then for under editing here, this is useful for the video editors and the static designers. So if you have like 50 creatives here, you can just click editing and everything's here. Then over here are the staff lists. I love this because it shows you how many creatives are under editing, under writing, under in production, team review, and ready to upload. Now, as you rack more creatives, this is gonna go up into like 100, 200. At the same time, you can also change the months and the sprints. So if, for example, if I just want to look at the first 2 weeks of say month 1, I can just click it off and then I'd be able to see it here. I would say most leads and most creative strategists, this is what they're looking at because it shows you what is your creative diversity like. So it's good litmus test in terms of what formats are you prioritizing. Pace here is how many creatives are you producing every month, and obviously as you go up in months you can look at how many creatives you're doing month over month without having to look at multiple dashboards. It's all here. And lastly are the automations here. They're all built in here. So you have assignment of the tasks. So for talent managers, video editors, for all the positions, the delivery calculation and started automation. Knowing what to make is half the battle. Actually making the right hooks, the right angles, the right creators, iterating fast enough to stay ahead of the fatigue. That's the other half. And that's where most brands hit the ceiling. You can build a team around this, or you can take a shortcut and work with my team that does this literally every day for a dozen other brands. We handle your entire creative pipeline from strategy, sourcing, production, and campaign management. Book a call and we'll go through your ad account and tell you what the next step forward is, regardless whether you work with us or not. If you're under 20K a month in spend, start with this OS. It's free. Link is in the description. It takes 10 seconds to download it.